Hi, boys and girls. It's Mrs. Salt, and I'm here today to share a book with you, How to Solve a Problem. And when you get to in your class and you have something that's really hard, and sometimes you'll say, I can't do this, I want you to start using this word after that. I can't do this yet, because at some point in time, you are going to be able to do it with lots of practice and hard work. So let me show you the book, and now I'm going to read it to you. How to Solve a Problem. The Rise and Falls of a Rock Climbing Champion. I am Ashima. What I do is climb. What I do is solve problems, which is to say, I make them mine. We climbers call our boulders problems. We also call our problems problems. And to solve them both is sort of the same. Once I had a problem and it stretched into the sky. It was tremendously endless. It was bigger than thinking. It was as huge as the air or the night or the planet. It was a problem bigger than any I had ever seen, and I have seen plenty. There were twists and turns. There were places that looked as slick as glass. One part was arched like a question mark. Another part stuck out like my father's elbow. In a photo I'd seen him dancing. And another was shaped like the bolts of fabric stacked in my mother's sewing room. There were many parts, and none of them looked easy. I sighed and clapped my hands full of chalk, which is what I do before I solve a problem. I held this problem in my head. I mapped out every step, each place I would put my hand, and then I began to climb. Dug my toe into the dot of the question mark, jammed my fingertips into the bends of my father's dancing elbow, kicked my leg over my mother's fabrics. And then for a moment, the world slipped out from under me. I was climbing on nothing but air. The ground beneath me rushed up and pressed into my back like the hand of a giant named gravity. So I dusted myself off. Dad asked how I was feeling. He passed me a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and for a while we just sat there. And then I was ready. I looked at the problem again, with the new information the fall had given me. Each fall is a message, a hint, or an idea, a new way to move from one over there to over here. And so I started, and so I fell, and so I climbed again, listening to what the fall had told me. The problem that was endless, which I broke into little pieces, the problem that gave me hints with each fall, and surely and quickly I climbed the wall. I dug my fingers there and here and stretched my arms like ropes. I threw my body through the air and caught myself in all the ways I'd imagined, a bright path of thinking. And there at the top of the problem, I looked down at the bolts of the fabric, the dot of the question mark, and the bend of the elbow, and I waved hello at the memory of how hard the problem was. And I looked for one more problem. So boys and girls, problems are just things that we have to solve, and mistakes or falls that we have in a problem help us to learn. We take those mistakes and we figure out a new way of doing things. So the next time you say, I can't do this, I want you to add